Our ideal customer profile is someone that sells merch for a living. Their life is on the line, whether they have merch at that venue or not. This is very, very unpredictable. If you look at the schedule 1 month from now, there's nothing there.
We set up systems and processes that allow us to turn on a dime.
We put a lot of energy into picking the right people and making sure that there's a family environment and that you fit the culture.
Chicago, Illinois is a city of music legends. It's also home to Culture Studio, a company that turns big ideas into reality for top acts in music, entertainment, and beyond. Culture Studio is an industry leader in providing custom merchandise for music, entertainment, and brands at scale. They have invested in proprietary technology to help their clients stay ahead of the pack in a complex and custom business. In this episode, we'll learn how they utilize their 200,000 square foot production facility to create retail and tour merch miracles for bands on tour. If you've got a favorite band, these guys have probably printed merch for them. Let's go inside and see how they rock and roll. So I'm with Carlo Oviedo, who is the co-founder, chief revenue officer, Mr. Magic, right?
A little bit of everything. But yeah, I run business development and sales growth here.
Yeah. So tell us the origin story about Culture Studio, because it's so fascinating. We got to hear that.
Our story is the brothers that started the company.
Right.
And so it's Rich, Joey, Nick, the three brothers. They all have the same name. I'm the fourth brother, as we call it. Rich and I grew up together, went to high school. And really the origin story started in 2005. We had our own clothing brand called Shy Clothing. It was $150 hoodies, $100 t-shirts, high-end lifestyle brand. So 2008 hit, no one was buying $150 hoodies anymore.
Right.
And we were there with an asset, an 8-color manual chameleon press. We took to the streets of Chicago, started knocking on all the business doors, and started offering our services as a screen printer.
Right, and how did you land on doing music?
Music is the category that we kind of own and that we really dial into. We had a client that was doing the Mayhem Fest, and this client just Googled screen printers in Chicago. We popped up. At that point, we were at 20 employees, 2 automatic presses. They needed a hoodie turned in 2 days for the show. We crushed it for that client. He sent an email out to a group of people and said, hey, I just used these guys in Chicago. They're hungry. They're really looking to grow. It followed up on that email thread for 3 years straight with no response. I happened to reach out 1 month just saying, hey, we're still here. They pretty much responded. They came, they checked us out, and they called us and said, we're gonna try you out with a small band called Black Sabbath. 80,000 units, and our mind was just blown. We grew to 50,000 square feet, went from 20 employees to 70 over a summer. And that's how we got into the music industry.
That's great, that's great. And now you guys do work for everybody, and you guys are printing the shirts that everybody's bringing home, they're wearing to school the next day.
You're doing it for something, and there's a purpose behind it, and it really is the fan. Like you just said, there are some people that wait in these lines for days. You know, it's for Taylor Swift, they wait for weeks sometimes. They're camping out for these shirts.
Right. Key ingredients to your secret sauce is the fact that you have your own software. You're not dealing with somebody else's thing. You've built it just for yourself.
Our software, our platform is proprietary to Culture Studio, and it really is our secret sauce. Our production schedule is incredible. You can see that there's capacity on it. You can drag and drop jobs from one press to the next and see how much capacity it's eating up. It's all about the client involved, right? You're always thinking about the customer and what value we can give to them. You know, you might get a purchase order for 1,000 pieces, but only 500 are going to the first stadium or for the first venue. So there's still 500 printed left over. So now we built the floor stock module where they can log into the client portal, go to floor stock and see in real life what's left printed on the floor. You mitigate 30 emails into something they can get at their fingertips.
Right.
So that's where the technology really plays a role for us. Our people are everything. You know, they really are the lifeline and the heartbeat of the company. You know, we on the leadership side, we just set the tone of the vision and I guess, what the minimal acceptable standard is for Culture Studio, but everyone else behind the scenes is really the talent.
So I'm with Joe Colesby, who's the key account manager here at Culture Studio. So Joe, what is the Culture Studio experience?
It's really just about, number one, delivering, so getting the shirts to the show, and number two, making sure that the client is happy and content at all times.
Do you work with the band or the promoter, or who's your...
Our client is merch companies. That's who we work with. You know, we've built such an insane amount of capacity in the back that if a merch company has, 2 autos in the back, but they get a tour that you need a lot more printing power, they come to Culture. I'm in a position where Culture is so good at printing. That's been figured out. It's been going for 16 years. They've got it on lock. So that lets me be extremely comfortable and extremely honest and extremely straightforward with the client. And I think that's how I give them the best experience that I can. I like to think of us as a thought partner as opposed to just a vendor. And yeah, it's just our focus on the client experience is what separates us.
So I'm with Justin Lose, who's the art manager here at Culture. So Justin, what does an art manager do here at Culture? Like your air traffic control for all the art coming through your art department?
Yeah, exactly. I just receive the art, make sure everything is high quality, and we work on separations, and then I'll send the jobs to my art team as best fits their skill set, and we have to work with all of the tight turnaround times that we get here. Each artist that we have has a queue of jobs that they work through every day, and they can sort by clients, due date, what day it's scheduled for. We input the sequence in, the mesh, the squeegees, the stroke count, LPI, art size, mockups, all the good stuff. Everything the production team needs all goes into the platform, and then it spits it out for them into a digestible format. Being in the art department is almost a little bit of a misnomer, because we're really print engineers, and we just look at all the variables and try and forecast what's going to happen on press.
So what are we printing on today?
It is jerseys, 50-50 crew neck, and I think the blend of it is important here, because when it's 50% polyester, 50% cotton, we want to make sure durability is at the top of mind.
I'm with Tyler Barnes, the creative director. Walk us through how you developed ideas and how we get everything going.
A lot of times our clients are coming with designs ready, and what we do is we help set the expectation of what will actually realistically produce the best. We're matching print techniques with designs with garments. Depending on the design, you want to go with a certain garment.
So walk us through what we're doing today.
So today we are printing a design that we created on the Jersey Super Sweat Fleece Crew. So the design was created by our own Eric Perez. What we've done is pretty rock and roll, right? Like kind of classic rock and roll. We've got the bird. It's sitting on this kind of like globe sphere. And what you'll see in that print is distressing. Distressing is a classic technique within the industry, and a lot of people can shy away from distressing, but what I find is it makes prints softer. It gives you more leeway as far as like print quality, and it's not about perfection, it's about what's cool.
Yes, the cool factor goes way up because it looks like the shirt you've had for 10 years.
Yeah, and you want to pair that with like a soft garment like this, right? A 50-50. You don't want to print big, heavy text on that, right? Because it's going to turn into a bulletproof vest. Let's say you spill something and you use 100% cotton t-shirt to wipe it up, it'll actually absorb that liquid pretty well. If you try to use polyester, you just kind of smear it, right? And so that's what happens with pigment inside the garment. So that polyester is a synthetic fabric and it's not holding that pigment exactly perfectly. So what we use is called like a blocker base to kind of block any dye migration or any pigment coming up through the print.
So I'm with Joey Santo, who's one of the co-founders and the COO here at Culture Studio. So Joey, how do we keep the train on the tracks with scheduling stuff for bands that are on tour and all the craziness that you guys do? How do you make it work?
Yeah, I mean, I think, keeping the train on the tracks is never easy, right? It's usually on one rail or not.
Right.
But it's really just being thoughtful and open-minded. Our thing is come one, come all, come
Right.
at any time. And we set up systems and processes that allow us to pretty much turn on a dime. Our software is something that allows us to visually communicate with everyone in the organization what moves or what's happening. But I think at the end of the day, it's the team members, it's our culture, and it's our day one attitude every day that gets us to be who we are.
So in the front office, we met some great folks, right? And they talked a lot about communication and making sure that everybody's on the same page with things. And what I really liked is the fact that the art department's speccing out the print order and the mesh counts, and it goes to the sampling department to make sure that the jobs that you're going to be running, especially the reorders, are production ready, so you're doing them as quick as possible when folks are on tour, right? Mm-hmm. How and why did you guys decide to build that sample department? Because I really like that idea.
Well, the most important thing is that the machines don't stop, right? And the way that you can turn demand quickly is by eliminating downtime. Also, it helps with training. So we'll train most of our new team members through sampling and then move them into production.
This is your war room, right? So
Yeah.
What does that even mean here?
Yeah, so every day we put our helmets on, we strap on the boots, and we figure out how to do some of the unthinkable things. And we built this room so that we had a place where we can authentically communicate and figure out how to always execute on the plan or create new plans so that we never miss a show, right? It is in our DNA that the fan is always the most important thing, and we never want to disappoint a fan.
So Carlo, wow, what a great experience. We've had a fantastic time here. We really learned a lot. And check out this awesome shirt you guys did.
Awesome shirt, the Halftones performing at the United Center on Saturday. Today we printed on a Jersey's Super Sweat Fleece Crew. I think it went great. We did a blocker base on it because I know it's a 50-50 blend sweatshirts, and sweatshirts and crew necks in general are great for our industry, and it seemed like it printed pretty well. It's got a nice feel to it and affordable, really good for tour merch or any kind of event merch. So it went well with the artwork for sure.
So Carlo, thanks for having us out here today. We really learned a lot about tour merch, the rock and roll industry. You guys have been fantastic. We really appreciate you.
Now, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out, spending some time with the team, and hope to have you guys back again. Thanks.
All right, cool. Appreciate
Awesome.
you.
Thanks.